Clock, so I'll go ahead and call the December 1st City Commission meeting to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Vanier?
Here.
Commissioner Jolka?
Here.
Commissioner Larson? Here. Commissioner Peck?
Here.
Commissioner Perney?
Here. I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now it's time for the Citizens Forum, a time for citizens to come before the Commission to speak on a topic that is not on the official agenda. Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak today? Okay, we have no awards or proclamations, no public hearings or items scheduled for a certain time, so we'll move on to the consent agenda.
Item 6.1, approve the minutes of November 24th, 2008. Item 6.2, authorize purchase of 2 wastewater pumps from Smith & Loveless Incorporated in the amount of $26,390. Item 6.3, approval of a 5% service fee increase with Kansas Organics effective January 1st, 2009.
Are there any items that a commissioner would like pulled from the consent agenda? If not, I would accept action on the consent agenda.
I move that we approve the consent agenda. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0. There is no development business. Move on to administration.
Item 8.1, second reading, ordinance number 08-10477, annexing a 9.3-acre tract of land located at the southwest corner of Magnolia Road and I-135 to be known as Magnolia Commons Addition. Staff has asked, is needing one more week for this item. Can I get a motion for postponement?
Mayor, I move that we postpone ordinance number 08-10477 till December the 8th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to postpone item 8.1, ordinance number 08-10477 until December 8th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0.
Item 8.2, approval of the 2009 Vehicles and Equipment CIP sub-plan. And staff has asked if this item could be postponed for 1 week also.
Mayor, I move that we postpone approval of the 2009 Vehicles and Equipment CIP sub-plan till December 8th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to postpone the approval of the 2009 Vehicle and Equipment CIP sub-plan until December 8th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0.
Item 8.3, resolution number 08-6578, authorizing a contract with Chevron Energy Solutions Company for energy savings improvements and upgrades to various city facilities.
Mr. Snyder.
Mayor and Commissioners, this past May, the City Commission approved an agreement with Chevron Energy Solutions to perform an investment-grade audit on 9 city-owned buildings. Actually, that's 8 city-owned and 1 the health department is county, but the city has the responsibility for all improvements, so I want to clarify that. This was based on a review by Chevron looking for energy savings possibilities. These 9 buildings include the Police Department, Memorial Hall, Salina Community Theater, Smoky Hill Museum, Fire Stations 1 and 2, the Health Department, Golf Course Clubhouse, and the Bicentennial Center. Chevron examined every component and system that uses energy, including lighting, mechanical systems, building envelope systems, internal electrical controls and systems, and miscellaneous plug or electrical equipment. Chevron Energy and the Kansas Energy Office held several meetings with city staff to determine capital improvement issues that could also be included through the performance contracting program. Chevron Energy, the ESCO, guarantees energy savings from the recommended upgrades will occur over the course of the contract. Also, energy experts from the state of Kansas provided a thorough review of the energy in engineering and energy savings calculations to ensure the city of Salina is receiving the best possible project. The program recommended includes comprehensive water and lighting conservation programs at all of the 9 buildings, and control projects and building improvement projects, natural gas and all of the sourcing of natural gas at selected buildings. At the fire stations, the golf course clubhouse, the health department, and community theater, a new network programmable thermostats will be installed, while at the health department, and controls at the museum will be upgraded to look at energy or reduce energy consumption. Mechanical projects, major capital improvement projects in this category include replacing 5 older HVAC system or units at the health department and replacement of the HVAC air handling units and control system at the police department. Also, the skylight at the health department building will be replaced with insulated roofing and sheeting and ceiling. And also, we're looking at consolidating gas meters at the golf course operations where we have multiple gas meters that we have monthly charges, and looking at bulk purchasing of gas, natural gas, for the Bicentennial Center, Memorial Hall, and the police buildings. Chevron provided much of these details and cost in their energy audit report when they addressed you at the October 27th study session. If the city elects not to proceed with the improvements in the recommended program as proposed, the city will be obligated to pay the fee associated with performing the investment grade audit, which is $12,012. Should the city elect to proceed with the improvements as recommended, our total cost will be $1,387,769, which includes the audit fee of $12,012, as well as a payment of $29,582 to the State of Kansas Energy Office to reimburse them for project oversight and monitoring costs. Over the 20-year life of the project, we anticipate significant energy savings as well as savings in the cost of materials required for operating and maintenance. Total energy and materials cost savings over the life of the project are projected to be $1.6 million, $1,642,755. Compared to the total cost of $1.3 million, the net savings over the life of the project will be $254,986. If the city elects not to proceed with the project, we have a couple projects that's very likely we're going to have to address in the next 3 to 5 years. Those are the major HVAC systems at both the police department and the health department, estimated in the range of $500,000. These projects are incorporated in this total cost of the projects listed for the $1.3 million. It is staff's recommendation the City Commission approve resolution number 086578, approving an energy performance contract with Chevron Energy Solutions Company, Overland Park, Kansas, to perform specified improvements and upgrades to 9 city-owned buildings in the amount of $1,358,187, and to pay the Kansas Energy Office the FCIP fee of $29,582. I'd be glad to answer any questions, and we also have several representatives, one from Chevron, Randy Jameson, is here, and from the State Energy Office, Stuart Yoho is also here, as well as Byron Erickson, our facility superintendent. So we'd be glad to try to answer any questions on the review or the contract itself.
Thank you. The questions of staff.
I have a quick one. The project you say is 20 years, but just like computers and electronic gadgets, as soon as they're out, they're obsolete. So how do we know that whatever improvements we make within the first 3-5 years, when something better comes along, how do we keep up with that in a given 20-year time span?
Mr. Jameson would like to address that one, I'm sure.
Commissioners, before he comes up, one thing I might say to that is that you're right, there are, with new technologies, there are different ways of doing things, and so these savings are simply based on the status quo of today's new technologies for energy saving features here. So obviously later on, if something else comes along that's a little better, maybe something we bring to you and say, if we go with this, we can save X more dollars, and try to weigh that and then consider whether we want to do that or not.
To keep up with the
Yeah,
newer
if there's a technology or
energy saving
right.
things, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's correct. And
What's your name, please?
Oh, Randy Jameson. I'm project manager with Chevron Energy Solutions. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
We are trying to use the latest technology in our retrofits of lights and water. Things like some of the HVAC improvements at the health and police. There may be some efficiency improvements over the years, but it's not going to be near drastic changes. I guess there's no guarantee that there won't be something better come out in 3 or 4 years. But we are using, be assured, we're using the latest technology available at this time, as far as T8 lamps and water fixtures and things like that. Try to optimize it, get the best water and energy conservation.
Commissioner, don't go away. Commissioner Larson said something about 3 to 5 years, but I was trying to look at the timelines in this contract. The way I understand it, it looks like all the actual physical replacement work of the present equipment is within 8 months. Am I reading that correctly?
That's correct.
Okay.
The construction time.
And so our cash flow over the $1,358,000 has to go out during that 8 months, and I can't recall
Right.
where we're expecting to take that, but I assume it's out of the 2009 CIP.
Yeah, Commissioners, I'll have Rod Franz, the finance director, come up and inform you specifically how that would be financed.
There's a couple of ways we could go to address that. Probably the most likely is to issue bonds or temporary notes under the Public Building Improvement Statute. It's what we did to expand the police department and expand the court area. Those could be then either refunded out of general taxes, or we could handle it like in a similar manner to which we handled the improvements to fire station and downtown traffic signals, in which we kept it over a shorter time period of a series of 4-year notes, or a 4-year series of notes that we refunded out of sales tax proceeds. I did look at the possibility of funding the entire project out of sales tax proceeds. Unfortunately, there's not that much available within the time frame that we need to cash, so it will require some form of debt financing, either a short-term temporary note or longer-term bonds, and those in turn could then be funded either out of the sales tax proceeds or out of general taxes.
Rod, a quick question. The comparison of the cost outlay versus the savings over the total period of time that we would incur the savings takes into consideration some financing of the project, doesn't it?
It does not.
It doesn't. It's
it
just
does not, as it's presented in the blue sheet.
The marginal difference doesn't?
So the financing costs would be in addition to that, yes.
Okay. I mean, it'd be our preference. We'll look at it. It'd be our preference to try to get to fund this with as much cash as available, because it just makes sense to pay for these types of things on a shorter term.
Thank you.
Other questions of staff? Any public comment? Bring it back to the commission.
Mayor, I'd move we approve resolution number 08-6578, awarding a contract to Chevron Energy Solutions Company from Overland Park, Kansas, to provide energy-saving improvements and upgrades to various city-owned buildings.
Second. It's been moved and seconded to approve resolution 086578, authorizing a contract with Chevron Energy Solutions for energy-saving improvements and upgrades to city facilities. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes 5-0. We have no other business except a motion for adjournment.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.
Woohoo.